Welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and we are doing week 4 pull stick today for our October color challenge, and we're playing with triangles. So that's what we're doing today. Remember, our colors are orange, black, lime green, and purple, and we have to use at least 3 of those in our project. And I think I got it covered. In the Hocus Pocus digital kit from Spectrum Art Creations that I've been using, they come with triangles as part of the digitals. Triangle pockets. Isn't that cool? So there are a couple of different ones here, and I'm going to show you how each one of them work. See if I can put these somewhere that I can lose them, because I've lost my entire little bag of all of the stuff that I had fussy cut from the digital kit. So, yeah, still working on that one. So I'm going to be fussy cutting some stuff quickly today. But let's start with our pockets. There are 2 styles in that digital kit. There's just a plain triangle, and you'll see why this one is clipped off here in just a minute. And then there's this one that has the decorative edge on it. So let's start with our plain one. And as you can see, when you score, if you come in and you score about a 1/4 inch on either side, that's going to line you right up with that pocket. So let me show you how that works. Whoops, that's not my cutter. This is my cutter. If you line this up to where you are on the 1/4 inch mark, and score, that's going to put you right on that point. And then turn around and do it again and score from the other side, and that's going to give you that. Now, once we do that, we are going to come back and we're going to clip. See how this is notched off here? We're going to come where they cross, and we're going to nip that off. And then we're going to come down at an angle and we're going to nip that off. See how we did that? And let's see, where did my bone folder go? I'm working in 2 different stations, and I know I have a bone folder over here somewhere, but apparently, there it is. It's buried under my board. Hold your eyes. There we go. Okay, so now we can fold on that score line, and this works just like cards, where if you score from one side, then flip it over, you'll get a more of a lay. Now I can see that that's going to interfere with just a little bit, so I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to clip that off just a little bit more, and then we'll fold this side in, give it a burnish, flip it over, give this a burnish, and now we have a perfect corner pocket. Now, yeah, that was one. Remember, that's the one we clipped off, so now I can come back and I can trim that so it doesn't show. Okay, so now we have 2 of those, and I'm going to go ahead and clip this one off just a little closer. Let's score that one. I didn't burnish it down, I just folded it over, so we'll burnish it now. Okay. Yep, I see that bunny ear sticking out, and we're going to take care of that here in just a minute. Okay, then we can come back and clip that bunny ear off. Now, on the one that has this here, it's set up the same way. That's going to line you up with your 1/4 inch mark. So you come in on your 1/4 inch and score that. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to come back in, and you're going to line up on your 1/4 inch, and you're going to score it. Basically, all they've done on this digital is pre-cut that corner wedge out for you, is all they've done. And then we're going to come back and we're going to score this, or burnish this one on the score lines. I am excited that by the end of this month, I will have another journal completed. Now see, this has a different edge to it, and that's fine. So we have 2 different edges, 2 different corners. So let's decorate these puppies. Oh, before I do that, let me show you how easy it is to create your own. If you don't have a digital, which I highly recommend getting this digital. It's not expensive. We're going to cut this one out to be let's cut this one out to be 5 by 5. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to cut a 5 by 5 square, just like that. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to lay this on, line my points up with my track on my cutter, and I'm going to start in the middle. That way you're not catching those corners when you're trying to cut, okay? And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to score these on the 1/4 inch just like we did the other ones. Line that up on the 1/4. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do this one on the 1/4. And if you're concerned about that point, just flip it over. Just flip it over. Just like that. And then we are done with the cutter. And that's how easy it is to create your own triangle pockets. Because now we're going to have the same thing that we had on the digital. I'm going to come back and I'm going to score these first. And now I know where to come back and trim that off right where those score lines intersect. Fold that over and cut the binny ears off. Just like that. Okay? And that's how easy it is to make corner triangle pockets. So we're going to do this one. Then I'll have them all done and I won't have to worry about stragglers. I'm really trying to get everything wound up by this weekend so I can set up my writing space in time for NaNoWriMo. Let me know in the comments section below, are you a writer as well as a crafter? I'd love to know. And if you have you ever done National Novel Writing Month? And I will be doing a video over on my author channel, and I'll link my author channel down below in the next few days, talking about my preparation for National Novel Writing Month. Okay, so there we have 5 triangles we can play with. Let's start with this one. Let's start with this one. Because I want to use my 49 and Market rub-ons for this one. Bring them in a little bit because we used them on the tag, remember? So let's do this one here, and we're going to want to cut about to here. Okay. And it doesn't matter what kind of a border you leave. And see, I could go up the side, but I want to go across the bottom with this. Just like this. I think I want to go this way. Okay. I'm going to come in with my burnishing tool, and I'm going to try, and since the white isn't going to be an issue, I'm going to come in with a piece of my tape, my soft tape, and I'm going to let that hold that down in place for me. In fact, I think I'm going to put it on this side. Just put a little bit of tape down there so I can really burnish that and it's not going to crawl away from me. Just like that. And then I can go in here like this. Oh, you know what? I got to pull the plastic off first. Duh. There we go. Now it will burnish. Just like that. So I've watched Hocus Pocus 1 multiple times this season. I'm really irritated that they only offer Hocus Pocus 2 on Disney Plus. I don't have Disney Plus. I live out in the middle of nowhere where streaming is not an option for me. I really wish they would release that onto DVD or run it on their regular Disney Channel and really up their playing options. There's so many people, so many of these companies that are going to just Plus for some of their shows, not realizing that not everybody can stream. We don't live in the big cities. That's just not an option for us. Now my sister, she lives rural, but she lives on a main highway, so she had access to broadband about a couple of years ago. So she's been able to see it, but not me. Okay, so then that will go in our journal just like that. But I'm not done. I'm not just going to do that. I thought what I would do, I don't like the Danny, she's a little big. But what I thought, we could use one of these tags as a decorative element on the front. Oh, I like the Billy Burchison. I like that. And I love Binks. Binks is probably my favorite character. I watch a guy on YouTube, Derek, I can't remember his channel, but he has been taking folks to, now see, these are all on opposite corners from where I want to go. He has been taking folks to Salem the last 2 or 3 years via his YouTube channel. And he was there the other day and got to connect with the news team. And the news team had the opportunity to interview the now 40-year-old man who played Max and the guy who was the voice of Binks. Now remember, if you are a NCIS watcher, then you might know that the original player of Thackeray, who later became Binks, was the same young man that played Tim McGee on NCIS. But he did not do the voice for Binks. The voice for Binks was done by somebody else. Now see, I just glued that down on 2 sides, and now I have another tuck spot here that I can put a smaller tag. And aside from maybe distressing the scallop, that's really all this one needs. You don't have to go crazy. So I'm just going to bump that just enough to give those bumps a shadow. Just like that. Every time I say just like that, I hear the words from Hocus Pocus when Winifred turns Thackeray into Binks. Just like that. Okay, so then we have that, and we have a place for another, we can have another tuck spot in our corner. Now I want to come back with one of the corners that I made, and I want to go this way because I want to put Binks on this side. So let's cut Binks down and run him over here. And 2.5, 2, let's run him at 2 1/4. Like that. And we will give him a dusting with our black soot. I'm thinking Saturday or Sunday I'm going to spend the day finishing this journal. Now I do want to put stitching on here too, so if I put them in facing pages, then they'll kind of coordinate. So let's do this. Cats tend to play with string and get messy, so let's do this one with the messier string. Oh, this one. I like this one. Let's do this one. And we need to cut it. That was a good point. We need to cut it about there. And I don't want to cut through that other one. I want to cut this one off. I love 49 and Market rub-ons. Oh, there was more in here. Looky there. That one would be a good one to do with Billy Butcherson on a corner. We may have to. I may have to do that one in one of the corners and put Billy Butcherson on there. Okay, so I'm going to lay this one down. We'll hold that down. And we'll pull that off. Now see, I've got a gap there, and I know where it goes, so I can lay that down. I can lay that down, and I can reconnect that. That's better. That's better. Okay, so now we can glue Binks in here, and we will have 2 corner pockets. Now I got to make sure this is the bottom and this is the side that I want to glue in. And that's how easy it is to work with triangles. Now, put that up a little high. So let's come back and nip the top of this one off a little more. We can do that. We have time. Nip that off. Hit it with this. And come back down here and lay it down. There we go. And we can snip that little piece off just like that. And there are our 2 of our corner pockets using triangles for our color challenge for week 4. Next week, we'll be showing off what we've done with this color challenge journal. I hope you'll come back and join me. Remember, we're still finishing up the 31 days of Halloween. There is a new video this afternoon. Remember to like, to share, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you know how all of these turn out. Creative blessings.